Hello there, guys. I hope y'all are doing really good today, and thus being a very blessed day. Today, we will be talking about Jesus' greatest teachings. Now, today is week 2 on our studying the Bible deeply series, and we will be talking about the Golden Rule, the Great Commandment, radical forgiveness, and humility and service. Now, for each one of these teachings of Jesus, we'll be reading a Bible verse for. Now, the first Bible verse that we will be talking about will be Matthew 7:12, which talks about the golden rule. And that Bible verse says, "So in everything, do to others what you would have them to do to you. For this sums up the law and the prophets." So, basically, it's simple, and I'm sure some of you have heard it, or someone has told you them, or you have seen it before. And it's Jesus just saying, you want someone to treat you with kindness, treat them with kindness. And I think I really like this Bible verse because it can come to us believers, but it's also to non-believers. And I think it promotes empathy and respect for others. If you want to be treated with respect or want them to have kindness and cariness with you, then do the same. Do the same for them. Now, the second Bible verse, which is about the Great Commandment, and it is Matthew 22:37-39, which says, Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart and your soul, with all your mind, and with all your mind. This is the first and the greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Now, this Bible verse talks about how Jesus says, love the Lord with all your heart and your soul and your mind. That means love God, and loving means obedience. Obey God, have respect for God, and mostly just love God. And the second commandment is love your neighbor as yourself, which is kind of like the golden rule, which is if you want others to treat you nicely, treat them nicely. But you should love the neighbor as much as you love yourself. Love them even more. Now, I really like this verse because it talks about love God. God loves you. God loves you a lot. He wants the best for you, but he also wants to correct you in some ways and teach you. So he may take people away from your life, or he may add people to your life that will benefit you or that will teach you stuff. We'll be doing radical forgiveness, which is Matthew 18:21-22. Then this verse says, then Peter came to Jesus and asked, Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother or sister who sins against me? Up to 7 times? Jesus answered, I tell you, not 7 times, but 70 times 7. Now, I've seen some people take this verse out of context and multiply 70 times 7 and then gives 490, and then just put that counter on someone and say, like, I have already forgave you 190 times. You only have 300 left, or something like that. But God talks about forgive just how God forgives us. We make mistakes. We aren't perfect. We sin. We all sin. And it depends on how you come to Jesus. If you come with a repentant heart, God will know that, and he will give you forgiveness. The thing is, if you're suffering from an addiction or something that you just keep doing over and over again, something bad, just ask and pray to God for forgiveness and guidance, because no one else can help you with that except him. He is the higher power. After him, there's no level above him. He is the absolute presence. He is God, the Almighty Father of us. And guess what? He loves you, and he wants to see you in heaven. Now, I really love that Bible verse because it talks about no matter how much times you sin, God will forgive you. And he puts that in a place where you're like, now you, as my son, Forgive others as much as I forgive you. Have no hatred towards others because they did something. Forgive them, since you know that your God, your Father, forgave you. Now the next Bible says, now Mark 10:43-45, which talks about humility and service. And it says, instead of whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be a slave of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as ransom for many. Now, this verse teaches the opposite of what people think, and is that you see someone higher up, a CEO, and you're like, wow, they must have gotten there because of family or something like that. And trust me, sometimes that is true, but most of the time, there's a lot of work behind the scenes. There's a lot of late night work or no sleep behind trying to make yourself better and trying to go up. And I think that to be great, you must put yourself last. It's a little hard to understand, but basically, it's the idea of power and success, but upside down. You see a friend that's like very spiritual or that knows a lot about the Bible, and sometimes you compare yourself to them and you're like, wow, how did he do that? How did he get that? How did he manage to have all this wisdom and guidance from God? How is he so spiritually gifted? And you have actually the same potential as him, just that he probably has, and I'm pretty sure he has hours on Bible, hours praying, and a lot of faith in God and a lot of trust in God. That's what makes him or her a great person and that knows a lot about God, because they have worked to be like that. They have worked a lot to learn and understand things from the Bible, and some of us also have. But I think we all need to understand that whatever you get blessed with, it wasn't for anything. It was for something. It's either a reward because God knows how hard you've worked and he gives you that reward. Either if it's daily food or daily breath every day. You breathe more than 8,000 times a day, or I think it's less than that. But God loves you, and daily air to breathe, being alive, that's a reward that we should all be happy that we have it. And some of us don't have it anymore. Some of us at this moment are losing that kind of stuff, and that's just very sad. I think we should consider ourselves very, very happy because we have a lot of stuff as Christians, and there's a lot of Christians in Africa and Nigeria that are being hunted down at this moment, and they will have a high place in heaven for their faith and for their love. Alright guys, God bless y'all. Bye. See y'all next week.